Sterling Point Family Tree as tear-jerking ending explained. Sterling Point has thrown up a number of twists, leaving viewers desperate to discover what happens next. Prime Video's latest YA offering, Sterling Point, has been keeping fans on the edge of their seats with its endless twists. The coming-of-age drama may be a cozy watch, full of blossoming romances and stunning settings, but there is no denying the drama has been hard to keep up with. The 8-episode series introduces 17-year-old Annie Jacobson, played by Ella Rubin, and her twin brother Connor, Keen Ruffalo, who inherit their grandfather's Canadian island after his death.
Wet boots ruining your mornings? This silent, fanless dryer gently dries boots, shoes, and gloves overnight while helping reduce damp odors, so your gear is ready when you are. Want to get the best verified deal and see full details? Visit grabdeal.us/4 right now.
Not knowing much about their estranged family member, Abby decides to visit the fictional Sterling Point and ask questions, but what she discovers is enough to change her life forever. Here is all you need to know about what happened at the end of Sterling Point and the complex family tree. The final episode of the series picked up with Annie's secret sister, Ramona, discovering Annie's adopted dad, Stephen, J. Duplass, was actually her biological father. Stephen and his wife, who had died prior to the events covered in the series, had adopted Annie and Connor as infants. However, they went on to have a biological daughter, Ramona, who stayed at Sterling Point after Stephen took Annie and Connor back to New York. All the while, Joe, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who'd had an affair with Ramona's mother, believed he was her father, but this was obviously not the case. After discovering Stephen was more of a father to Ramona than her, Annie understandably felt the sting and struggled to cope with the news. Meanwhile, Una Bo Bragason broke up with Ramona as she was scared Ramona would move back to New York with her newfound father and forget all about her. Ramona was devastated, but Una knew Ramona needed to do what was best for her, which was establish herself as part of a stable family unit. In a dilemma over what to do next, Ramona debated selling her grandfather's island, feeling like there was nothing left for her there. Annie tried to convince Ramona not to sell, as she was just starting to discover more about their mother, who had died when she was so young. Annie had approached Joe to find out more information about what happened the night her mum died, and Joe explained she'd had an undetected heart condition which killed her whilst she was giving birth to Ramona. Behind closed doors, her brother Connor had been trying to reach out to their birth parents, who finally agreed to meet him now he had turned 18. Finally agreeing not to sell the island as it held so many memories, Ramona and Annie came up with a heartwarming plan so they could have the best of both worlds. Ramona ended up going to New York to get to know Stephen better, while Annie stayed behind at Sterling Point, as it was where she felt the most free. Following all of the revelations, the family tree is as follows: Stephen, Ramona's biological father, and the adoptive father of Annie and Connor. Joe, the father of Annie's love interest, Ellis Jacob White Ducklavoy, who had believed he was Ramona's father following an affair with her mother.